What is going on, explorers? We are back with another episode. We got a special episode for you guys today. But before we get into it, let me go ahead and play the intro music.
Perhaps your skills do extend a bit farther than basketball.
As I was saying, we are back with another special episode. We got a special guest in the building.
What's going on? I'm Smoothie Lou. How you feeling? How you feeling today?
I'm doing well. We got Smoothie Lou here. We're gonna get into another episode. So how you been, man?
I'm doing my best, man. I fresh off a 31 single drops in 8 months.
Woo!
And then I just dropped 2 singles. I got another single coming out tonight at midnight. And then my first full-length project in over a year comes out next Friday on my birthday, December 9th. Who knows if this will be out by then. But
I don't know when this will be out. I'll check it, but
we'll see.
Where can they find all your projects?
Spotify, Apple Music. I accidentally have 2 profiles on Apple Music. The old stuff's on one. The new stuff's on the other one. But it's Smoothie Lou everywhere. You can find a search bar. Smoothie Lou on Instagram. What's my Twitter? Cancel Smoothie. I think TikTok is just Smoothie Lou. You can find me everywhere. New single Na 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 with Sex Jacket and Endies coming out tonight at midnight.
Yep, I heard that one. Y'all are going to want to tune into that one because that one's fire. We did a premiere on the radio.
Yeah. That wasn't even the finished version that they played. So it's going to be even better. I think we're playing it I'm the guest on the radio tonight, too.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay.
So we'll play it there, too.
So tell me about, you said you did 31 songs in 8 months.
Yeah, so
tell me about that.
I wanted to drop so the first idea was I wanted like Russ to just drop music consistently and periodically was the main thing. So it started, I wanted to release music every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I did 1 or 2 cycles. So I dropped 2 singles in a month. And I said, you know what? I can double it. Let's do it every week.
Yeah.
And so I did almost every week from February until June, July. I think there was like 1 week I missed because I was kind of burnt out. And then I dropped 2 singles 1 week to make up for one of the missed weeks in January because I wanted to round out the year with 52.
Yeah.
And then near the end of July and August, I was running out of finished songs. And I was really burnt out, and I didn't want to. A couple of the songs I dropped were not my favorite songs I've ever made, and I wanted to take a break, reevaluate. So the total will end up at the end of the year with 39 songs, which is a hefty number of songs.
That's a lot of songs. Most people don't even put out 30 songs in their whole career,
Exactly.
Bro.
And so I'm very proud of myself for getting through it, no matter, even if the songs were terrible, and a bunch of them are not terrible, and even the bad ones aren't terrible.
They're honestly, even if you say they're bad, I still think they're better than the ones that never even get made.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I know lots of people that make almost as much, if not the same amount of music as me, and they only put out a quarter, sometimes less.
Yeah.
Where I've only ever taken 1 song down off.
Okay.
No, I don't even know if I've taken a song off streaming. I've taken some stuff off SoundCloud.
Okay.
But it's harder to take stuff off streaming. But my first song is still on SoundCloud.
Nice.
And because I didn't, like, Rome wasn't built in a day. Not saying I'm as great as Rome.
You can say that again. Say that again. Say that to the
Rome
camera.
wasn't built in a day, man. Like
100%.
I've been doing this for over 4 years now, and I think I'm at maybe I think I get about 10% better every year.
Nice.
So I think I'm at like 45% of where I think I can be.
Okay.
And I feel like if you're denying the bad stuff to be heard, that you're never gonna be able to grow. So my first song is terrible. and I leave it up because I want people to hear that song and then go hear a song that like the one that's coming out tonight, which is now I engineered the whole song. I mixed just about everything on it and it sounds great. Shout out Endies and Sex Jacket for working on their verses too, and shout out Hall for the beat. But I know lots of people that put out one song every 6 months. Yeah. They don't engineer it, which I'm not saying is that you have to, but put some respect on my damn name.
Yep. Yeah. No,
I do just about everything.
He does. And I've seen you do like so much. Like you said, you engineer, you produce, you make the beats, you rap, and you do so much. And on top of that, I think one thing that sets you aside is, like you said, you're okay with putting out stuff that you don't like, knowing the fact that you're going to get better.
Absolutely. And it's not like I'm going to drop this song I don't like. It's just, I've dropped songs that after the fact, I think could have been better. I think I could have written it better or mixed it differently, but I feel like denying myself that practice.
Yes.
That attempt.
Yeah.
Because at the time, a bunch of those songs were my best attempt.
Yep.
And I don't want that to go unnoticed, especially when I know I can be so much better. Because a lot of the rappers I knew either grew up with a intrinsic ability to rap. We know lots of people that can freestyle right off the top, whole verses.
Yes.
No matter what the content, it's still an intelligible verse, start to finish.
Yes.
I have never been able to do that. Not from day one. I still cannot do that.
Yeah.
And I know rappers that had no G that were teaching them how to rap, had an older brother, had a rapper that was already established teaching them how to rap, or any combination of the three. And I had an OG for like overall music stuff, my boy Spendy, who I met in music school, but I never had someone being like, no, instead of this word, you should use this word. Yeah. Just about everything I know about lyrical ability was learned in the field listening to music or taught to myself by myself. Yeah. And a lot of people don't have that. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons my old music was so bad. But that's also one of the reasons I think makes my new music so good, because you can listen to the old music and be like, this is trash. This was only 4 years. Like, how did you excel so far in 4 years? And I feel like I get better every single song I make, every single song I finish, every mix technique, everything. Yeah. I feel like I get better every time. And we know lots of people that are stagnant. Sometimes no fault of their own. Yep. But when you get stagnant, you get lazy, and that's when your skills start to diminish. Yes. Because I hate, like, if you don't use it, you lose it. I hate that. Yep. It's true. Very true. Yep. When I get into writer's block, sometimes I'll go a month, if not more, without recording or anything. Yeah. But I don't let myself get past that point, because as soon as I'm like, oh, I'm having trouble writing a song, I'll go write 5-6 songs in a week and get back on that horse. Yep. And it's not like I haven't written bad songs recently. I throw away songs all the time. Yeah. Excuse me. But I never let a full song go to waste. Okay. For the most part, because I want people to be able to see the growth. Yeah. And I've thrown all sorts of hooks and just verses away, and I rewrite things all the time. Yeah. But once a song is started and there's an actual idea to it, I always love to finish it, even if I don't throw it away. There's a few songs in the 2020 Lou 31 track list that I wish I did some other stuff. I wish I changed some other stuff. But I think reflection is the most important part of music making.
Oh, I think so too. If you're able to go back and see what you like and what you didn't like, and then take that little bit of like, okay, I like this part, let me see if I could take that little piece and take to the next song. And just not to go on a little bit of a tangent, but I was looking at your outfit, right? And I'm like, this guy's fire. And a name for the fit came to my mind. Do you want to hear it?
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm calling this outfit Lou's Blues.
Golden. I didn't even plan. I just threw this on, man. I love blue.
Yeah, no, it's a nice fit, dude. I rate it.
The red accents with the hat
Yeah.
and the glasses. And no, man, I do my best. That's one of the things I love is I grew up broke. I grew up pretty broke. I can't say we were going hungry every night, but like we were thrifting clothes. I was wearing hand-me-downs for years, and I have older siblings, but I didn't grow up with them, so it's not even like it was hand-me-downs I had seen before.
Yeah,
it was like
packaged away. Like
our neighbor's cousin's older brother. These don't fit him anymore.
Wow.
Here's this IKEA, those old IKEA bags. Here's and it'd be like clothes that would fit me. And like, do you remember Gangster SpongeBob?
Yes.
I
that
had
style. Yeah.
I literally had Gangster SpongeBob with the grills and holding a money.
The back 10.
Yeah. And I got that when I was like 8-10 years old. I don't think he had a gun. I think it was a bag of money.
Probably money, yeah.
But it was like I had Gangster SpongeBob from a hand-me-down. I didn't buy that. And while I was thrifting, it gave me sort of an eye to find beauty in not necessarily the mundane, but like the tossed away. So I was thrifting all sorts of stuff. So I grew up on vintage Polo and Ralph Lauren that I was getting for a fraction of the price because someone thrifted it. And I loved finding small pieces here and there. Like I'd go thrifting and I'd thrift for an hour and find one thing because I'd bring $20 and that's all I could spend. But I would spend an hour looking for that one thing. So it's given me an appreciation for lots of pieces. And it keeps me away from a lot of fast fashion stuff because I love excuse me. I love finding my own pieces. Yeah. Because especially if I'm thrifting and it's a piece that's 10 years old, no one else has this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I gotta stand up for this one.
Fit check. What does he got?
I just got this good Charlotte tee.
Ooh, nice. Show that to the camera.
Yeah. Good Charlotte. It was a Canadian tour too.
Nice.
The tour was going on when I was like 7.
Wow.
7 years old or something. So clearly I did not go to the tour, but I love finding little stuff here and there. And I don't think I'm that stylish. I just think I have a good eye for color. Yeah. And I have a very specific taste when it comes to certain pieces. And people seem to like it. Yeah. Well,
one piece that I'm super appreciative of, especially with this fit, is you're rocking the 3D glasses, the throwback 3D glasses. So tell me a little bit about why you have those on and what they represent.
So we got a show going on. It's coming up in a week now, so it'll probably have happened. Yeah, probably by the time this is out. So hopefully we can add a clip in.
We'll do a recap.
It's my third. I can't call it annual anymore because we took a couple years off, but it is the third Smoothapalooza event. The first one happened in 2019. Okay. And then the second one was in 2020 in February, literally right before the whole world shut down. Yeah. And we actually sold out the venue for the second Smoothapalooza. And we've been trying to do Smoothapalooza 3 for years. We just didn't know when. We didn't know where. What was going on with COVID, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And I know some mandates are coming back, so I'm glad we got the event coming in next week rather than...
when you say what have you heard?
Masks are coming back. I know that.
No. Numbers Who told you this?
Numbers are going up, man. And
yeah, but it's not COVID numbers, is it?
Yeah. Which is a shame since it's been so long where we felt free, but COVID still exists and got to be safe. But I'm glad we got the event coming up soon. Hopefully no one gets sick before or after. But So
what can someone expect at Smoothapalooza?
So at Smoothapalooza, we're gonna have a photo booth, I believe. That
Okay.
90% sure that will be there. We're gonna have some vendors.
Okay.
We got a guy coming in. You know, Jake T. He's a thrifter.
Okay.
So he's like a thrift middleman. So he'll go thrift and then pull up with a rack.
Whoa.
And so it's a bit more expensive than
Is that third-hand thrift or?
yeah, I guess. Yeah. So that's where I got the good Charlotte tee.
Okay, nice.
And yes, you got to pay a bit more, but that's for it's like changing a
It's
car
like a
part.
finder's fee or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's usually not too expensive. So I got this tee for $30.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably close what the person originally paid for it, even though Jake probably got it for $10-15, you know, but it's a finder's fee, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
He's going to be there with a rack of great stuff. He said he's got a lot of vintage band tees, so that's going to be fun. We got DJ Zeke pulling up with his sock company. The name of the company is escaping me right now.
Okay.
We're going to have the photo booth, the vendors. I believe we're taking pre-orders for merch because I think we're going to have a few shirts there, but we might sell out by the time more people get there. And
Will you be selling 3D glasses?
Oh, we'll be giving away. I got hundreds of pairs. I got a couple
bless.
hundred pairs. We're going to be giving them away. I believe we're taking. So the day my project comes out is that day, the 9th, which is also my birthday.
Yep.
And I believe we're going to take the picture for the tape there.
Okay.
So the tape when it first comes out will be without a cover, and then we're gonna
update
it because the name. So the name of the tape coincides with Smoothapalooza. So the first project I ever put out was called Smoothie Gang Volume 1. And then there's like it's not on Spotify, but there's Smoothie Gang Volume 2. Okay. That one got like half done, and then there were some collaborators on it that I wasn't too happy with, so I was like, yeah, I'll just put it out.
Yeah.
And it never made it to Spotify, but this new one is Smoothie Gang 3D, which coincides with Smoothapalooza also being 3D. So it is the third effort of both the Smoothie Gang tape and the Smoothapalooza.
Yep.
And so it was just 3. It was just the 3 at first. And I was talking with Brody, and because Design Matters, you know who he is.
Yep.
Shout out Brody.
Yep.
Shout out all the Brodies. And we were going through names. I had a bunch of like suggestions for the tape name, and we couldn't get it right. And then I was like 3D. He goes, I love it.
Yeah.
And he found that transparent picture of 3D glasses.
Yep.
And we just started putting them on Instagram pictures.
Which is also one of my favorite marketing campaigns of the year.
Absolutely, if not ever. As soon as I saw Brody post it, I was like,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, hard.
So I was looking into like a set of permanent 3D glasses for me to wear in the set to see if someone would make like a plastic pair with red and blue lenses, and I couldn't find anything, but then I found a link on Amazon to 200 pairs of paper 3D glasses for like $30.
Nice.
So I grabbed those and we kind of just went running with it. So the idea of the tapes in the past, the Smoothie Gang tapes, were it's me and my friends almost. Yes. So the first Smoothie Gang happened by accident. Or the idea that it was all songs with features happened by accident. Okay. Because they were like the first, or they were the second through 6 songs I ever made. There's 5 songs on the original tape. Yeah. Excluding the first song I ever made, and they all have features on them. Yeah. So when I uploaded the tape, I was like, oh, it all has features. I'll just say that was on purpose. Yeah. And so the second one all had features, and then this third one has features on almost every song. I believe there's one song that is truly solo and one song that is credited solo. It has some background vocals from Fly Guy Ritchie on there, though.
Okay, shout out Fly Guy Ritchie.
Shout out Fly Guy.
Yeah.
And so it's 8 songs. 2 of the 3 singles will be out by release day, so 5 new songs. And Smoothie Gang 3D, Smoothapalooza 3D. We're going to have some cool set pieces. I guess I can talk about it since this won't be. So we're gonna set up my home studio on stage.
Ooh, are you gonna have like Lego sets and stuff there as well?
That might be.
That's a little bit risky.
That's a little bit risky.
Those are Legos. You
My Lego collection is intense.
Smoothie has a legendary Lego collection, and like if you ever tuned into his lives, you'd always see them in the background.
It's worth easily over $1,000 now, and it's not. It's less than 3 years old. So I've been going hard. I tried to buy Lego less than once a month, but sometimes that doesn't work out. But
you can only try so hard.
Exactly. So we're gonna set up. I haven't decided where, if it's gonna be back towards the audience or the side. But we're gonna set up my home studio on the stage because I want to be able to run my own vocals. So I'm going to be doing all my auto-tune on stage as if I was performing from my shed. And I have lots of special guests coming. I got a bunch of features coming.
Yeah, who's part of the lineup?
So the lineup, we got Zach Daniel. We got Mont. We got Paolo Leon. We got Fly Guy Richie. We got Endies from London. Shout out Endies. Shout out
Endies,
WJD, his producer. And then we got LT the Monk. Shout out Sonic Onion and LT. And then we got me.
Yeah.
And then I guess I can say who I'm bringing out. I'm bringing out Flowsis. I'm bringing out Fly Guy. I'm bringing out Gloomy. I'm bringing out who else? I'm bringing out James, my boy, James with a Z, the guy on Uncle Phil.
Okay.
James Favron will be there on LT's set.
Yeah.
Who else do I got? I don't even know right now. I got Fly Guy for 2 songs.
Well, let's just say it's going to be
I got a live guitarist. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. There's Playboy Cardi since Whole Lotta Red has like been performing with a live guitarist, and the live guitarist, like, it's not like he's playing a piece. He plays over the tracks.
Yes.
And it's like an added set piece.
Yes.
And so we're going to have live guitar. We're going to have DJ Beanie running the 1s and 2s.
Shout out to DJ Beanie. I got to get him on the podcast too.
Oh,
He's also one of those guys that I see like around the city just out here grinding,
hustling. Beanie grinding. Shout out Beanie.
Yeah.
Who else we got coming out on my set? LT, we got the Smoothie Monk Power Hour. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I think that's it. If I'm missing, I think Spendy's coming, but he said he might not be able to pull up. I think that's it. I got like half and half. Yeah, we're almost out of time, but
no, someone just messaged me. So
okay.
But yeah, no, we still.
I got half and half. It's gonna be some singing stuff. It's gonna be some rapping stuff. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be in 3D.
Yeah.
If not, if like everything isn't, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone on the lineup. Shout out myself for putting all this together.
Yeah, shout out to you. Like, you got all these people coming. You got it's gonna be at Mills Hardware.
Yeah, Mills Hardware.
Which is a great venue. I've been there multiple times.
Yeah, I picked that venue specifically because I wanted it to be a different environment than the shows I've had in the past. The first 2 were at the Doors Pub, little tight, and I like the Doors because it's really intimate, but I wanted to kind of, with the stage leveling up the way it is at Mills, it's much higher than ground level like it is at the Doors. So I wanted to kind of make it a bit more impersonal with the stage height, but then bring it back with the idea that I'm setting up my studio on stage.
Exactly.
So I grew up a theater kid. That's but way before I ever made music. I was a theater kid. I still haven't beaten my biggest performance.
Also, I used to be a fellow theater kid.
I still haven't beaten my biggest performance as Smoothie than I was as Luke, and in a musical, I was a lead in a musical, or it was like an ensemble cast musical, so I was like a lower tier lead, but I was still a lead. I had a full solo.
How old were you?
I was in high school. I was 15 or 16.
Okay.
I was in grade 11. My name was Chip Tolentino, and in a musical called The Putnam County Spelling Bee, and I had a solo about my unfortunate erection because we were in a spelling bee, and I was like shoo-in to win, and then this girl was dancing, and I got an erection, and I couldn't stand up to spell my word. because I was erect. And I was told by the director that at the start I was only given the role because they thought no other student would be able to do the role and be able to show up to school the next day without feeling humiliated. And I was like, yeah, you're not wrong.
That makes sense.
And then by the last performance, so my mom saw a couple of the performances, and like my grandpa's was an organ player in Dundas while my mom was growing up, kind of a Dundas legend, and my mom was in the choir, and so people would walk up to her after the show and say, "Oh my God, your son was amazing. He was the best in the show." And so my mom told me that she was told this several times, that me and a friend named Christian that she continually got comments that me and Christian were the best in the show, and we had the best tone. And we thought that was crazy because Christian and I were very lazy when it came to practicing. But people liked our singing, and I always wanted to sing. I loved singing as a kid. I wanted to join a choir, but I was never able to. And then joining the musical, I wanted to do like set stuff. And they said, we have this role. No one else can do it. You have to audition for it. I auditioned. My audition went terribly because I couldn't fucking sing and read sheet music. And they gave me the role, and I fucking killed it. And that's one of the reasons I'm here making music today, because that show was like, you can sing even though you don't know how to sing. You can make it happen.
And because I was gonna say, like, do you think, like, you know, with the background as a theater kid, do you feel like that kind of helps you in your music today? Like,
absolutely, it helps. Like, not that Smoothie is a character, but Smoothie is an almost caricature of who I am as a person. Like, certain things are embellished. The way I speak, or the way I emote things in my music are definitely embellished. But I think it helps create the face that I put on before music things. Because personally, I'm really anxious and really, like, mostly introvert. But when I'm Smoothie in front of the people, or at an event where I have to meet people, I put on this face, and and the theater definitely helped with that, with the bringing out the confidence that I know is there, without kind of being a douche about it. So the theater definitely helps. It definitely helps with the stage fright. It definitely helps with the nerves before a show. And remembering my lyrics is definitely influenced by the plays and musical I've done in the past.
We've got, let's see, got like another 5-10 minutes or so. We said we'd save it. We're talking outside. We said we'd save it for the podcast, but
let's do it.
Let's dive right in. Let's take a sip, you know, because it's about to get very spicy, you know.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's talk about it. Kanye was recently, where was he? He was on the InfoWars show. If you don't know,
I'm not even sure if it's done airing, to be honest.
Oh, is it live? It's live right now.
But it's a 4-hour broadcast.
Oh,
so
my!
They had already filmed it, but they were broadcast.
Okay, so so Kanye was on the InfoWars show. If you don't know,
with Alex Jones,
who has notoriously been banned off all social media. They closed up all his banks and all this stuff. And also,
you're turning the frogs gay.
Exactly. And also on that show was Nick Fuentes, right?
Oh my God.
Who is a known white supremacist. I don't really know who Nick Fuentes is.
Neither did I. And then I listened to a bit of him speaking, and he is all about the American government returning a faith in Christ and in white people. He is like, so he's like I don't even want to say the white Dr. Umar, because Dr. Umar doesn't want black people to have interracial sex to protect the black population, which I don't necessarily agree with. But Nick Fuentes is the complete opposite, where he wants white people to stay mating inside the race so we can keep the white population.
Now, one thing I heard is that Nick Fuentes, and then we'll go into the Kanye stuff, but isn't he like mixed himself? like Nick Fuentes, like
It has to be,
right?
Right?
So like, does he not like? Do they just leave him out? Like he comes up with the idea, but he has to like sit outside the club. He can't even get in. You know what I mean?
Outside the club, you can't even get in.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, nah, man. I don't know. No, he is bad juju.
Yeah. Regardless, not about. Oh, who is that? Who's that?
It's Brody.
Is that Brody? Brody, come in here, dude.
Brody, come in.
How you gonna say juju?
I said bad juju. It's different.
Brody clipped it. Oh no. Okay. Anyway, so let's jump right into it because we got a little bit sidetracked. But so Kanye, he was on the show. What was he talking about? I haven't seen it yet. What have you seen? What are your thoughts on it?
So the clip I saw from early in the interview.
Yeah.
No, we know. He's talking about seeing the goodness in everyone. He says, I love everyone. I see the goodness in everyone, especially Hitler. And he's going on about the redeeming qualities in people, which I don't necessarily disagree with. I think almost everyone has redeeming qualities. I think that like even Ted Bundy was a pretty charismatic guy.
Yeah, they just made a show about it.
Different one. Ted Bundy was the Zac Efron one.
Yeah, why did they get Zac Efron?
Because he's a charismatic guy, bro. Ted Bundy could look you in the eyes and convince you to sell snow to a snowman, brother.
True.
And I think redeeming qualities exist just about everywhere, but I don't think you can apply that to a dictator that killed over 6 million Jewish people, and with a number of other minorities that is barely counted. He killed a piece of 6 million of black people, of at the time gypsies, of homosexuals, people mentally ill. He killed everyone that he didn't think fit the Aryan stereotype, which is a fake thing. Aryans never existed. It is not this mythological race that Hitler found. That was all propaganda that was made up.
Yeah.
And I think that anyone trying to identify with someone like that is disgusting.
So you were saying that you were a Kanye stan for 10 years.
I was a Kanye stan for 10 years, if not more. I have spent hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on that man's clothing, CDs, countless hours of defending and supporting and bigging up this man. That in my eyes right now and for the foreseeable future, unless he makes a big change, is a bigot. And I want absolutely nothing to do with that right now. Today was a very sad day for me, and it's an empty feeling almost. I say for a fact, Kanye West saved my life. I can't say on one specific occasion, but for quite a few years, I wanted to kill myself every single day. And that man got me away from that. And I can't say I'm not thankful for that. But you can't go on when Alex Jones is the reasonable one at the table. I think everyone needs to step back and be like, okay, so why is Alex Jones making sense and the rest of us aren't?
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate. And as we're talking a little bit outside, as I was saying, it's as someone who was never really a Kanye stan, like I kind of just started listening to interviews with him and all that stuff, like just maybe like a year or two ago. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't even deep.
Bro, he's an intelligent guy with very nuanced
That's
opinions.
what I was thinking. Like before, like, wow, this guy's actually kind of smart. I can kind of relate to like what he was saying earlier, but now it's like,
take your lithium, Kanye.
Yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate to see, just because, like you're saying, he does mean a lot to so many people.
So many people,
and
man.
just to almost dive headfirst into that sort of those thought patterns or those kind of ideas, and like you're saying, it's not. It's the fact that it's a detriment to the younger generation, because you mentioned how in the comments of some of these posts, like there's like just younger kids just being like,
agreeing with Kanye with. I'm sure these kids aren't even old enough to have taken a history class.
Yeah, they don't start teaching history till like grade 6.
To learn the actual repercussions that come with thoughts and feelings, and not just thoughts and feelings, but the execution of those thoughts and feelings.
Yep.
My personal, that's probably my last point.
Yep.
My personal opinion is that I don't really care if you're racist as long as you're not racist in my face. If you, it's just like being a furry, man. If you want to be a furry at home and fuck like a dog, do it.
Yeah.
You have the right to do that.
Yep.
And I think racists have a right to have an opinion.
Yeah, everyone has a right to it.
Everyone has the right to have an opinion. Yeah. But when you take that opinion outside of
your house or wherever,
outside of your house into public and what's polite conversation, I think that's where my line is. I think you can look at me in the grocery store and think, goddamn, look at that N-word. But when you walk up to me in the grocery store and say, oh, goddamn, look at that N-word, that is outright outspoken racism. But when it's internalized racism will exist for the rest of the human race. I think everyone hates something about themselves, whether it be race or someone else's race or whatever. But when that becomes spoken, words are powerful, man. And once words are out into the world, it's like energy never dies, like the Black Eyed Peas album, for God's sake. Words never die. And these words are hurting people, and I'm sick of it, Kanye. I love you more than I love my fucking father, who, for backstory, is a terrible person, but nonetheless, I have looked up to you like a father for 10 years, and you let me down today, Kanye, and I'm very upset with you.
It's unfortunate. Unfortunately,
I think we're out of time.
We're running out of time, but before we end this episode, I do want to ask you, to end on a more positive note, you know what I mean? What are 2 things that you're grateful for today?
Oh, man, I'm grateful for the ability to create. And the ability to create independently from most other influences. The fact that I can do just about everything I need to on a song by myself. And if not, I still have people that will make beats for me or rap for me or whatever. And then I'm grateful for the right to choose to be able to do that. And the fact that we all have the right to choose.
Respects.
In any capacity, whether it be choose to have the right to have a baby, or not have a baby, or whether it be the right to choose to not be a Nazi. And I choose not to be a Nazi, and I choose to continue making my music. Continue making my music and continuing to do my best to be a good person. And I hope that in the end, God can forgive me for anything I have done that was below par, but I continue to strive every day to be the best person I can.
Same here. And with that, guys, we have reached the end of the episode. Where can the people find you?
Smoothie Lou everywhere. Cancel Smoothie on Twitter. Smoothie Lou on DSPs. Keep on rocking in the free world. Come see Smoothapalooza 3D on December 9th. Check out the new Smoothie Gang 3D mixtape that comes out also on December 9th. Shout out Dante for having us. Get your pets spayed and neutered. And then open mouth kiss a horse.
All right. Maybe I'll pass on the last one, but everything else, I agree. All right.
Have a good one,
y'all.
guys.
Let's go ahead and play this outro music.
Further.
I'm sorry?
You said my skills extend farther than the basketball court. Farther relates to distance. Further is a definition of degree. You should have said further.